Hi, it's Logan from Sleepopolis, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the new Allswell mattress. Now, right off the bat, I can tell you that this is a value hybrid that has some really great bounce to it. I'm going to put the mattress through some tests and give some general recommendations at the end of the review, but if there is anything I don't cover or you're looking for a personal recommendation, please feel free to leave a note in the comment section below with some information about yourself and some of your sleep preferences, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Now, the Allswell mattress is from Allswell Home, which also makes a mattress called the Luxe Classic. I've previously reviewed that mattress, and you can actually find it on my list of best firm mattresses by just Googling Sleepopolis and best firm mattress. That list is going to pop right up. Now, the Allswell is more of a value price mattress with a queen coming in at just $345. Now, at that price point, it kind of puts it in competition with, let's say, a Casper Essential or a Tufted Needle mattress. We're going to compare and contrast those mattresses later on in the review, but to start, we're going to talk about the Allswell, and we're going to take a look at the materials used during the construction portion of the review. The Allswell mattress is a hybrid mattress, meaning it's a mixture of foam and coil layers. I've cut into the mattress to give you a better idea of what's going on inside of it, but please just take my word for it. If by cutting into the mattress, you do void your warranty. Now, the cover is a polyester and spandex blend, and what the interesting thing about this cover is that it's quilted with 3/4 of an inch of gel memory foam. Now, that's going to be a softer material, allow you to sink in a little bit, provide some contouring and pressure relief. Now, the reason they've used a gel memory foam is because memory foam can at times have this reputation of trapping a bit of body heat, but the gel infusion actually does a good job of drawing that heat away from the sleeper, helping you sleep a little bit cooler. Now, below that, we have this comfort layer, which is a polyfoam. It is a little bit on the firmer side. It has that quick response to pressure here. Now, this is going to be kind of allow you to sink in a little bit for pressure relief, but still give you a little bit of bounce, so you're going to be able to change position, move around without feeling really stuck in the mattress. Below that, we move quickly into the support layer of the mattress, which is a 6-inch pocketed coil system. Now, these pocketed coils, as you can see, are individually wrapped, so it is going to give you the bounce you're expecting out of a coil system. However, by being individually wrapped, they are a bit better at motion isolation. As you can see, these are pretty bouncy overall and provide good support to the mattress. Another great thing about a pocketed coil system is that it creates airspace in the mattress, which is good for air to flow through it for temperature regulation and cooling. Then here at the base of the mattress, we do have 3/4 of an inch of polyfoam, but that doesn't really affect the feel of the mattress. It's really just something for the pocketed coils to press off of. So now that we've seen what makes up the Allswell mattress, it's time to get an idea for the feel and firmness of it. So I started out by lying on my back. And the first thing I feel is that memory foam that's quilted into the cover. I was sinking in just a little bit. I could feel it kind of contouring around my body. Even though I was sinking in a little bit to the memory foam, which is good for pressure relief, I thought that the polyfoam below that, as well as the pocketed coil support system below that, did a good job of keeping my hips from sinking in too much, keep my spinal line in a good position. To give it kind of a medium firmness, maybe a 7 out of 10, so just a hair to the firmer side. I generally consider a 6.5 out of 10 on the firmness scale, with 10 being the firmest, to be about medium firmness. So if you are a strict side sleeper, you might want to be careful about where pressure points might form on this mattress, but we are going to take a closer look at pressure later on in the review, so just stay tuned for that. So as I rolled onto my stomach, what I wanted to be conscious of is that stomach sleepers do tend to prefer firmer mattresses because your hips can tend to be a heavier portion of your body, and if they're sinking into a mattress that's too soft for you, it's going to throw your back out of alignment and you're going to wake up with aches and pains in your lower back. I thought that the Allswell did a really good job of supporting my hips while I was lying on my stomach, keeping my spinal line in a good position. So I thought it performed pretty well for stomach sleepers. Now, I also went ahead and checked out the edge support of the Allswell. Basically what that means is I wanted to check out how well it would support my weight over on the edge. If you share your bed with a partner or need to use the entire surface area of the mattress, you want to make sure that the edge of the bed isn't going to collapse when you put too much weight on it. If you have a mattress with a strong edge support, it's going to mean you can sleep all the way to the ends of the bed, make the bed feel that much bigger. I was actually really impressed with the edge support on the Allswell mattress. Thought I did a really good job of supporting me all the way to the side of the bed. So to sum it all up, a little bit firmer feel to it, maybe a 7 out of 10 on the firmness scale, and really strong edge support from the Allswell. But again, that is just my opinion on the feel of it. So if you want a wider variety of opinions on the firmness of the mattress, a little bit more detailed description on the feel of it, you can check out the written review at sleepopolis.com. Now, instead of just describing the feel of the Allswell to you, I wanted to give you a visual representation of where pressure points might form while lying on the mattress. So to do that, I place this pressure map on top and I lie down on it in a few different positions. And you're going to see the results next to me ranging from blue for low pressure to red for high pressure. Now as I lie down on my back to start the test, you can see that my weight's pretty evenly distributed, and it's mostly just in that blue range of low pressure across the board. So that's kind of to be expected out of, with my weight evenly distributed like that. But as I roll onto my side, we start to push further into the mattress, start interacting a little bit more with that firm pocketed coil support layer. So you can start to see a little bit of an increase in pressure. If you are a strict side sleeper, you might want to be a little bit careful on this mattress because there could be a rise in pressure in that position. But again, that's to be expected out of firmer mattresses. As I rolled onto my stomach, again, weight's pretty evenly distributed. You can see that the pressure drops a bit again so that it's blue pretty much across the board. All right, so as I mentioned before, the Allswell mattress comes in at about $345 for a queen size mattress. Now that price point puts it in competition with mattresses like the Tuft & Needle or the Casper Essential mattress. Both of those mattresses are all foam mattresses as compared to the Allswell, which is a hybrid build. Now the Tuft & Needle, again, all foam mattress. It's made of 2 different layers. It is also 10 inches tall. The company is really focused on pressure relief and cooling. The queen size version of the Tuft & Needle comes in at about $575. Now the Casper Essential mattress is actually made of 3 different layers of foam. It has kind of a balanced foam feel to it. Now that is Casper's value brand, or value model, excuse me, and it comes in at about $600 for a queen size mattress. So again, the Allswell is a bit less expensive than both of those mattresses and has a hybrid build with pocketed coils as opposed to the all foam builds of both the Tuft & Needle and the Casper. Now that's a lot of high level information about both of those mattresses, but if you are interested in learning more about either of them, you can just Google Sleepopolis and Tuft & Needle or Sleepopolis and Casper Essential to find my full reviews of both. All right, so I just wanted to give you a quick idea of the bounce on the Allswell mattress. So I have this 10-pound steel ball here, and as I'm dropping it, you can see that there's pretty good bounce to this mattress. That pocketed coil support system does a really good job of giving some bounce to it. So you're gonna have some pretty good mobility when you're changing positions. You're not gonna feel stuck in the Allswell or anything like that. So while we're here, also gonna run a quick motion transfer test. And basically I'm gonna drop this ball from heights of 4, 8, and 12 inches, and that's going to simulate some kind of getting into and out of bed or rolling around in the middle of the night. And on the other side of the mattress, I set up a seismometer, and that measures the disturbances transferred across the mattress with each of those drops. Now we're going to put up the results on screen, and I got to say, after seeing these results, I'm pretty impressed with the Allswell's ability to isolate motion transfer. Usually with a bouncier mattress, you see higher spikes in motion that's transferred across the surface of it, but with the Allswell, the memory foam that's quilted into the cover, as well as to the fact that the coils are actually individually wrapped as opposed to kind of wound together like a traditional inner spring would be. The individually wrapped nature of them actually cuts down on motion transfer. So overall, I would say I'm pretty impressed with the ability of the Allswell to isolate motion transfer. All right, so a lot of people buying a mattress are going to want to know if they're going to feel like they're sitting on top of or sinking into bed. So to test that, I've set up the Sinkage test, in which you use 4 balls of varying sizes, weights, and densities, simulate different body parts, and check to see how far into the Allswell they sink. So over here we have the 6-pound medicine ball. It's filled with sand, simulates a lighter body part, sinks in about 1 inch, so just into that quilted cover of that memory foam right there. Next up we have the 10-pound steel ball. It's the densest ball used during this test. It sinks in about 2 inches. After that we have the 50-pound medicine ball, again filled with sand. It simulates kind of a heavier portion of your body. Think maybe your shoulders, your hips. It sinks into the Allswell between 3 and 3.5 inches here. That's actually less sinkage than I'm used to seeing with the 50-pound medicine ball. So you start to see a little bit more of that firm support that we're getting from the pocketed coil system. And over here we have a 100-pound medicine ball, again filled with sand. If you're a bit heavier, it simulates kind of the center of your body, and it sinks into the Allswell about 5.5 inches. Again, it's a little bit less sinkage than I'm used to seeing with the average kind of bend-to-box hybrid or bend-to-box all-foam mattress. So we're starting to see that really firm support from the pocketed coil system. Again, in my opinion, the Allswell has kind of a 7 out of 10 on the firmness scale, with 10 being the firmest. So the firmness does kind of shade towards the firmer side. So across the board, we have the lighter balls here are kind of in that average range for the bend-to-box market in terms of sinkage into the mattress that I see. There's a little bit less sinkage for the 50 and 100 pound medicine balls, and with the quick response to pressure and solid bounce on this mattress, you're definitely going to feel more on top of it, even with that memory foam that's quilted into the cover. All right, so just to give you some basic information about the Allswell mattress, there's a 100-night trial period, a 10-year warranty, shipping is free and it will arrive compressed in a box, and white glove delivery is available. Now, I really like the Allswell mattress, and some of the reasons I would recommend it to you is for its really impressive bounce. The pocketed coil support system in this mattress does a really good job of getting the mattress bounce. So if you are a combo sleeper, especially like a back and stomach combo sleeper, this is a great choice because you're going to be able to change positions without feeling stuck in the mattress at all. I also really like the Allswell because it does a good job of isolating motion transfer. I was really impressed with the Allswell in that situation. A lot of times with bouncier mattresses, we see really high spikes of motion during that portion of the review. But with the Allswell, thanks to that memory foam and the comfort layer, as well as the pocketed coils are individually wrapped, the Allswell did a good job of dampening that motion transfer, which is really great for couples, especially if your partner kind of rolls around in the middle of the night. You want to make sure that your mattress is doing a good job of dampening that so it doesn't disturb you too much during your sleep. And finally, I really like this mattress because it is a value hybrid. You don't really see a lot of hybrids in that price range, with a queen coming in at like $345. And to find one that's a quality mattress such as this in that price range is really nice. Now, some of the complaints I might have about the Allswell is I do think it is a little bit too firm for a strict side sleeper. If you are a strict side sleeper, you want to be really careful with firmer mattresses because of the pressure points that can form. So that might be something you want to take a look at. Also, I would say that there is that quick transition from the softer foams on top into the pocketed coil support system. So if you are a bit heavier, or you sleep on your side, so you push through those foams, you're going to feel this mattress is a bit firmer than someone who's just sleeping with their weight equally distributed while they're on their back or on their stomach. Now, those are some very general recommendations. So if you are interested in a personal recommendation, please feel free to leave a note in the comment section below with some information about yourself and some of your sleep preferences. I'll be sure to get back to you. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Sleepopolis YouTube channel because we're going to keep putting out more content that's going to help you get a better night's sleep. Please, please, please follow us on Facebook and Twitter because we're going to keep announcing new reviews, sleep news, as well as giveaways for things that you can win. So that's it for the review today. I hope it was helpful. Have a nice day.